We're in the kitchen with Miss Daisy, and we're excited about her recipe today. We're taking a new twist on comfort food. Mac and cheese is getting jazzed up, isn't it?
It is, and wait till you, in several different ways, with the cheese and then with the topping. All right, I have already brought this to boil, Maryland. I've been with Maryland lately in San Francisco, so Maryland, I'm sorry. 2 3/4 cup of whole milk, brought that to boil, and then in a 1/4 cup of milk, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. So basically, I'm making a roux. Okay. And if we had all the time we needed, we would let this cook for about 2 minutes, just until it's thickened. And as it's beginning to thicken, you'll want to go ahead, Maryland, and add the herbs, and that's dry mustard. Okay. Let's add some dry mustard. That's a teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper.
Okay, I'm doing the salt first.
1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay. All right, keep stirring now. In the best of world, we would let this get a little bit thicker. But in TV world, we're going to take it off the burner. Okay. And we're going to add our cheeses. And I have chosen 1½ cups of smoked cheddar, and that shows up in your recipe. You can just use a traditional cheddar.
I think smoked cheddar would be neat.
Wonderful. Yeah. And then I've used Gouda. You know, Gouda is more of a thickening, creamy cheese, kind of like what an American cheese is, but I think it's much better for you. So you'll again want to stir that in until it's completely blended. And then we're going to add our 16 ounces of pasta. And you may use the macaroni noodles, but I chose a penne pasta. And I'll tell the audience, when Meryl saw this much pasta, she said, how are we going to get all this into a 2-quart casserole? And I said, you just watch. It all comes together. So if you want to stir this in, and then playing around with this recipe and getting ideas, I have made it by using country ham before on the inside. Oh, just nice. Chopping up country ham from leftovers. But yesterday we made it with a pork roast. So now you're going to add 3 cups, this is a shredded pork roast, into this mixture. And you are finished, because in the best of all worlds, it would be completely thick.
So the nice thing about this is you don't have to bake this afterwards, because everything's going to be cooked.
Everything is cooked, and you're going to put it into a 2-quart greased casserole dish, or as you have seen my display, I used a cast iron skillet, which I think is kind of fun because it's like from oven to table. Because the last thing you'll do with this after you put it in your casserole dish, you'll sprinkle a little more cheddar on top and some more of your pot roast or shredded pork. Put it under your broiler, and that's it.
That really looks delicious.
It is delicious.
So what would you want to serve this with if you're doing this for dinner?
A salad. Of course, I'm all about salads. They're so healthy. You know, we'll get the healthy and the comfort combined, and that's the best of all worlds there. This is a spinach salad with some quinoa in it and a little Parmesan and some nuts. The broccoli salad I make at the market would be delightful with it. You could actually do a fruit salad, a fresh fruit salad would be good, really good with this.
I think what I like about this recipe is it's the traditional mac and cheese, but you're kind of amping it up a little bit. Right. Good way to use some leftovers. If you had some leftover barbecue or whatever, you could just toss that in. Right. Probably a lot of variations you could do with this basic recipe.
Right. So the audience can play around with it and see what they can come up with, and let me know, and maybe I'll put it on my menu.
Nice. All right. Sounds like a great idea, Daisy. Thanks so much. Can't wait to try it.
Thank you.
Well, this is recipe number 5478. It's online now in the Talk of the Town section at newschannel5.com, and you'll find Miss Daisy's kitchen inside Grassland Market in Franklin.